First of all, before we get today's cemetery visit started, I do want to thank everyone for their comments and support on my last video. Thank you again to all 7,000 of you who have subscribed. And if you don't mind, leave a comment here below. I really enjoyed interacting with you all on my last video, so thank you all for that. Now, today we are in Cincinnati, Ohio at the Spring Grove Cemetery, and I know most of you all, including myself, even in a small town, doesn't take too long to get to a Kroger grocery store. Well, today we are visiting the grave of Bernard Kroger, the man who started it all. We are in Spring Grove Cemetery in Cincinnati, Ohio. Once again, I head north to Cincinnati, Ohio to visit Spring Grove Cemetery. This cemetery is full of history and those with notable accomplishments. Today's visit is no different. Born January 24, 1860 in Cincinnati, Ohio, Bernard Kroger was born to a family that made a living in the dry goods business. The Kroger family lived above the store in an apartment. Unfortunately, the economy had an extreme downturn in 1873, which forced the Kroger family's dry goods store to close. With his family needing support during this time, Kroger went to work to help support his family at age 13. After working a series of jobs, Kroger eventually became a door-to-door salesman. He worked for a grocery store, and owners made Kroger a manager. Kroger, who had hopes of becoming a partner in the company, was disappointed when the owners declined to allow him to be a part of the ownership group. It was at that time that Kroger used his money and founded his own company. Beginning with the name, the Great Western Tea Company, Kroger opened 4 different locations within the first 2 years. He then renamed the company Kroger Grocery and Baking Company. With over 5,000 stores open within the 1920s, the company became known simply as Kroger. And you know, this guy made a major impact to the U.S. and to our culture. It doesn't take too long to find a Kroger grocery store, so it's good to be visiting his grave today and learning a little bit more about him and his business and how it started. Kroger and his grocery stores continued to flourish. This success continues to present day. Kroger made a major investment into Provident Bank. Fortunately for Kroger, right before the Great Wall Street crash leading to the Great Depression, he sold all of his holdings in the bank. The move allowed Kroger to have millions of dollars in capital and allowed him to be largely untouched by the Great Depression. In addition to his business ventures, Kroger was known as a great philanthropist, giving to many charitable causes. He contributed to the opening of new parks and even to medical research. Bernard Kroger passed away in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, from a heart attack at age 78. He was brought back to his hometown here in Cincinnati, Ohio, to be buried at Spring Grove Cemetery. I do want to show you a little bit more of the monument for Mr. Kroger and also some of the surrounding areas. I don't know if you've ever been to this cemetery before, but if you are anywhere close ever to Cincinnati, I would definitely recommend stopping here. There is just such a list of people with notable accomplishments. The architecture, everything in this area is beautiful. And even if cemetery visiting is not your thing, or maybe someone you with, it's not their thing, you can still appreciate the architecture, the history, and everything associated with this cemetery. So I would highly recommend anyone who has never been here to come here. On a side note, I really appreciate the one who was with me during the filming of this. I appreciate your support. And I do want to thank you all again for watching my videos. I greatly appreciate it. As I mentioned before, please leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click on that little thumbs up down there as well. Give me a like on this video if you enjoyed it. I really appreciate that. Thank you all. I will see you again soon. I want to thank everyone for the response on my previous video. I really enjoyed the comments and the suggestions of what you'd like to see me do in the future, and I am going to be doing some of those things. I am going to start a series to show you all what a real country cemetery looks like in Kentucky. We're going to be visiting a few of those. I'm going to continue to do my famous graves visit, as I always have. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Great hearing from you. Hope everyone who is watching this has a great day.